You've all read the updates from the last 2 weeks. Now I'm here to tell you the time is critical. The Department of Homeland Security has determined that now is the time to implement action to suppress the activities of right-wing extremists. The economic and political environment in which these extremists thrive is becoming more volatile. It's apparent that the world has entered into a currency crisis and trade disputes that could actually lead to civil unrest and armed conflict. Now, these are environments in which our enemies, both foreign and domestic, thrive. We're not going to let that happen. It's no secret that the DHS recently purchased over 2 billion rounds of ammunition. We're going to continue to purchase ammunition to keep it off the open market. This prevents these extremists from getting ammunition in their hands. Additionally, we've purchased 7,000 assault weapons. These weapons will be issued to newly formed FEMA Youth Corps brigades. As we receive threat level assessments, these brigades will be deployed into combat areas using 2,700 war wagons that were specifically designed for this purpose. Now, in the past, extremists were easy to identify. They were skinheads, KKK members, radical political ideologists. Well, now it's becoming a little more difficult. This group includes anti-abortionists, pro-constitutionalists, believers in biblical end times, gun owners, and most importantly, military veterans.
Excuse me, but military veterans are not extremists.
Pro-Constitution? Every American should be pro-Constitution. I mean, the Constitution is the written law of the land. We've all sworn an oath to protect it.
And believers in end times? That's like every Christian in America. That's millions and millions of people. And they're good people.
Schreiben Sie die ID-Nummer und was Sie gesagt, waren Sie noch im Raum?
Now look, you may not think that these people are extremists, but we've been monitoring their activity. We've been looking at internet traffic, cell phone use, and financial transactions. All this information is being sent to the Threat Fusion Center. The Department of Justice, Department of Homeland Security, the FBI, and other federal agencies have determined that these people pose a real threat. Now, effective immediately, all DHS agents will be required to undergo firearms desensitivity training using these new targets. The elderly, children, pregnant women, gun owners, and especially military veterans will all be among the extremists that we're going to encounter. An additional asset that's been made available to DHS has been the use of drones. These drones will be outfitted for surveillance, but as threat levels increase and the need arises, they will be set up for military strikes.
This is treason!
Ich glaube, wir müssen diese beschleunigen.
Durchsprechen ist nicht deine Schuld maskieren.
Ihre Haltung ist nicht geschätzt.
Tun, was sie am besten können.
Viele durch Bildung lernen, aber andere durch Erfahrung lernen.
Es ist deine Beerdigung.
Agent Stein, thank you for your time today. Please continue the evaluation in the next room.
Amerikaner sind nicht so schwach, wie sie gerne zu glauben.
You say that economic problems have already begun and that real wars and civil unrest would be the end result. Now, in the fog of war, who's to say who was violent first?
I didn't say we were having economic problems.
Yes, you did. You said that we're currently in a currency crisis and trade wars, and that would lead to real wars and civil unrest.
I didn't say that. You said that.
You started today saying...
Okay. We all know that this is caused by the extremists hoarding gold, silver, and food. And it's also because of their racism. What? Especially military.
Oh my God.
Agent Walker, next room. And what are you doing?
Getting some real intelligence.
Get out. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this does get more urgent. Our preparations for the purge have to be expedited. We received a request from the Federal Reserve that the Department of Treasury, with the assistance of DHS, be authorized to confiscate all gold and silver being held in safe deposit boxes in banks throughout the country. This has already begun. Furthermore, in order to disable cyber attacks, to alleviate a toxic derivative market, and to starve out our political adversaries, the federal government is prepared to heavily tax all 401ks, all savings accounts, all pensions, and all Social Security, especially those of military veterans. Now, a possible shutdown of the entire banking system may be required.
Well, of course people are going to become violent. You're stealing their money.
When my Aunt Gertrude finds out that you're going to yank her pension and cut off her Social Security, you're going to need all that ammo and all those tanks.
Tortelli.
How dare you do this to veterans who serve their country faithfully, only to be backstabbed by a bunch of ivory tower bureaucrats committing treason?
Is that what you think this is, Agent Tortelli? Bureaucrats committing treason?
You want to know what this is? I'll tell you what this is. The DHS has become a Gestapo, the Nazi SS.
Tortelli, next room. Now, your mission briefs contain profiles of the extremists in your sectors. Know them before the next evaluation.
Hello?
Hello, is this Roland McMahon?
Yes, Rolly. Who is this?
This is Agent Danielle Robbins of the Department of Homeland Security. I'm concerned about an operation the DHS is conducting, and I'm wondering if I can get some more information from you.
Why does my gut tell me that I should just hang up right now?
I understand.
You know, the DHS is not exactly on my favorite list.
I understand, and I'm on your side. Are you? Prove it.
Sir, I've received orders to investigate alleged extremist activity in my sector. The DHS is planning to purge certain individuals in the near future, and I believe they're doing it illegally. You're on the list, and I want to get down to the bottom of this before it gets any worse. Let me buy you a beer somewhere so we can talk more about it. I'd like to hear your side of the story.
Okay, but I don't think you're gonna like where this is going.
I already don't like where this is. That's why I'm calling. But I want to hear it directly from you.
You know, I don't want to get involved.
Rolly, I have an intel profile report on you a mile long. I know internet posts, phone conversations, bank transactions. They have you all figured out. So you're already involved. And I want to find out if you are who they say you are. And if not, if it's not as advertised, well, Agent Danielle Robbins is going to be barking fire here at the office.
All right, but when we meet, you come alone.
Sure.
Yeah, I was part of the 1st Tank Battalion, Abrams, who rolled into Baghdad, Iraq 2003. We were the first boots on the ground. I didn't see much action until a couple weeks later, but yeah.
Tell me more.
I don't think we were in Iraq for weapons of mass destruction. I don't think we're in Afghanistan for terror. I don't think we went into Libya to free the people, and I don't think we're in Syria now helping anybody. And if we get into a war with Iran, I don't think it's going to end well for America.
So, are you a Republican or a Democrat? And who did you vote for in the last election, if you don't mind me asking?
Neither. I will not vote for the lesser of two evils, and I will not be part of their system.
Whose system?
The Federal Reserve System. The Federal Reserve is a private company who has the power to issue our own currency. They're the real power brokers, the real shadow government. The Congress and President can't even question them. The politicians are just puppets in this game. The politicians give us the illusion as if we're free. The Federal Reserve is printing $85 billion a month through quantitative easing and giving it to themselves. It is total counterfeit. I mean, look at the Boston bombing. Look at that happened on the same day that the gold and silver market crashed. And all the big banks swooped in to grab all the money while everyone was busy watching the news of the bombing. They swooped in and bought gold and silver by the ton. And the reason that they want me purged is because I don't buy their lies.
The real power brokers. So is that their plan? To get all the money?
No, they already have money. They want control. They want to bring about a new one world government, a one world currency, and a one world religion. They want to control everything.
Okay, can you play this all out for me? Just play it all out.
It's going to start with a bank holiday. That's where they shut down all the banks. It's going to come like on a Friday afternoon. They're going to say that there's some cyber attack, and then they'll reopen the banks after they've dealt with the cyber attack on Monday morning. In the meantime, martial law will begin, and they'll start purging all veterans, all gun owners, all Christians, or anyone that they see as a threat. The Civil War is going to be bloody. They'll bring out the DHS, they'll bring out the FEMA youth soldiers, and then they're going to bring in foreign troops to help you. However, I doubt that they have briefed you that these foreign troops are going to turn on you. And then it's going to get real bloody. And in the end, the foreign troops is going to try to plunder the entire country. They've already been promised whatever they can plunder, they can have. Now, what they don't know is that the ruling elite are going to use robots to turn on them. And then when they're all dead, the ruling elite get it all. And anyone left is subject to the New World Order.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we're going to need them.
Is there any hope?
If there is any hope, the American people have got to wake up. And the current police and military have got to stand down when they're given the order to fire upon Americans. Then they got to join the counter-revolution, us, who wants to return the United States of America back to a constitutional republic. And then together we can fight the technocratic tyranny.
They're still good people.
We're going to need them.
In a press statement from the chairman of the Federal Reserve, all banking activity will cease at 5 p.m. Eastern Time Friday afternoon. All banks will be closed throughout the weekend. ATMs will be shut down, and all online financial transactions will be suspended. According to the Federal Reserve press statement, normal banking will resume at 8 a.m. Eastern Time Monday morning.
In other news, at the military bases across the nation, troops are conducting emergency deployment readiness exercises in conjunction with the Department of Homeland Security and the other federal, state, and local law enforcement agencies.
Today, the National Council of Churches has made an urgent plea with all Christians: observe the scriptures and obey the federal government's order to turn in all firearms by Monday. It is the civic duty of all Christians to be an example to the nation as peaceful, obedient citizens who quickly become part of the solution and do not cling to the problem.
This is the most disturbing weekend I have ever experienced in this country. Let's go to the phones. Larry, you're on the air.
Jack! Our pastor sold us out.
What?
I'm one of the deacons at our church, and I found out that our pastor was paid to snitch internalistic congregants he thinks is storing food and guns. Who does he think he is? He's a traitor!
The DHS has been put on high alert in anticipation of imminent terrorist attacks from veterans, and is urgently requesting information of sightings of any suspicious activity, such as stockpiling or transporting in mass food, water, guns, ammunition, fuel, or any indication of home fortification. Again, if you see something suspicious, please contact the DHS immediately. A cash reward may be given.
They're bringing down the hammer hard, folks. You must keep vigilant. Let's get back to the phones. Jody from Texas, you're on the air.
Jack, they're coming. I'm telling you, this is it. Yeah, I saw people, they're just pulling right out of their houses. They're showing no mercy. This is it. This is a red alert. This is it, man. This is a red alert. You gotta let everyone know.
This just in, the Departments of Justice and Homeland Security are warning American citizens not to listen to or distribute online conspiracy theories that claim foreign nationals are helping with the execution of purged U.S. citizens. Distribution of such information will result in fines and further Department of Justice action.